Coming up next, from downtown Los Angeles, at Staples Center, the Magic taking on the Clippers. For the Magic, they'll be on the road in a tough test. But when this team shines, they shine brightly. Now it's proving time. Clippers, Magic, only on 2K Sports. It's time for the NBA, live on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, joined by our analyst, Greg Anthony, and Hall of Famer Doris Burke. Plus, reporting from the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, Aaron Gordon is progressing as a shooter. He said, what I've done is connected my three, my pull-up, and my free throw. They're all the same shot now. I'm going to keep trusting my skill, and eventually it'll all come together. With my motor, I feel like whatever I'm doing out there, I can just keep going and going. Kevin?
Tremendous athleticism. Thanks, DA. And a moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Williams.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
Now the starting group for Orlando. At the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Fournier out there with Markelle Fultz. And it's Isaac in at the small forward. And for the Clippers, Ivica Zubac is out there with Harrell. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the 2. A superstar summer, Greg, for the Los Angeles Clippers in Kawhi Leonard and in Paul George. Greg, they have two elite wings, great defenders in their prime.
Give them credit, but also Kawhi Leonard pushing the levers behind the scenes. He wanted another superstar to join him in recruiting Paul George, who still had 2 years left on his deal in OKC. Kawhi took unprecedented control of his free agent destiny.
Now, here's Isaac. And there's the pass to Fournier. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots it up. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. And so George will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one on Vucevic.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
That free throw missing. You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
And here's Los Angeles. And here's Beverley. He dishes it to Leonard. Back to Beverley, and stolen by Gordon. Stolen by Beverley, and pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Here's George. Plays it up and banks it in.
Well, Paul George routinely making these difficult shots look easy. He's showing how dominant he truly is.
Now, here's Fultz. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against the Lakers.
And don't forget about the 2 blocks. He really changed the game for his team on the defensive side.
Now here's Gordon. Fultz with the ball. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game.
Just put the pass in his vicinity, and Aaron Gordon will take care of the rest.
Now here's Beverley, guarded closely. Outside, George. Right side, Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
There's a real knack for understanding when a guy is uncovered, and Paul George's court awareness on display right there. Beautiful.
The Magic have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And stolen by Harrell. And here we go. George heading to the hoop. And it's George finishing it off.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Now here's Fultz, defended by Beverly. Fournier against George. Stolen by George. And here we go again. The Clippers on the break. And that one's good. Beverly.
Boy, they came ready to play. That's 4 straight buckets to start the game.
The Magic trail by 7. Here's Fultz. Pass to Isaac. That one doesn't go. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Orlando.
And their series last year was a bit of a comparison between the two conferences. Both were in the middle of the pack.
Now here's Leonard. What a tremendous game he played against Cleveland. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And he's known as the Claw, Kawhi Leonard Doris, with some of the biggest hands in the NBA.
Well, consider, Kevin, that hand is over 11 inches from thumb to pinky. That's 52% wider than the normal hand. Basically, his hands correspond to a person who would be almost 9 feet tall. Incredible.
No good on the free throw. Looking at the schedule, Doris, about halfway through the season, some teams that started out very hot and were winning like crazy have now come back to earth. They've cooled a bit. They've leveled out.
I think inevitably over the course of an 82-game season, NBA players will tell you there are always ups and downs and waves of success and then the tough moments. And the best teams seem to be able to weather all of that. Not get too high when they're playing well, not get too low if they're in the middle of a slump.
Now here's Fultz. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Pass to Isaac. Now Fournier. Clock at 6. Looking to end the run. Yes, that goes in.
What a polished offensive game. Fournier cashing in from the mid-range.
Now here's Beverly, guarded by Fultz. Left side, Leonard. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Boy, you think back to the quadriceps injury that derailed almost all of the 2018 season for Kawhi Leonard. I'll tell you, he is back to peak form and reminding us that he is elite on both the offensive and defensive ends.
Free throw drops for Leonard. And you talk about the best two-way player in the NBA. I think a lot of people, Doris, would put Kawhi Leonard at the top of that list.
Let's remember, Kawhi's a former Defensive Player of the Year, averaging over 25 points a game for a season. He doesn't necessarily wow you with his eye-popping athleticism, but the reality is this: Kawhi Leonard is a multi-time champion.
Now here's Fultz. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Ball's knocked loose. Shoots it. It's hauled in by Zubac. Here now the Clippers. They're on a 12-4 run. George passes to Harrell. Count that one.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
The Magic trail by 10. For 3, Fournier. It's hauled in by Zubac. The Clippers have gotten all 5 of their shots to go down in the first quarter. Hammer it home! Hammer it home, baby!
That is authority right there.
It was. And here's Fournier. He brings it up for Orlando. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
I'll tell you, they played hard, they drew fouls, but they could not convert at the line.
One of the things that you know when you miss free throws is you're giving the team opposite you all the momentum. You're failing to capitalize on their mistakes.
Fultz with the ball. Now guarded by Harrell. Fultz kicks to Isaac. Back to Fultz. Pass to Isaac. 5 on the clock. Fournier gets a wide open look. No good with the triple.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
George finds Leonard. Now Zubac. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Here's George. And Bamba pulls it down.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And then Gordon with the dunk.
Well, tremendous understanding from the young Jonathan Isaac. How about that awareness for the young guy?
Now here's Beverly. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Zubac the pass to George. There's the dish to Beverly. Rebound by the Magic.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Leonard. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now. These the new power rankings. They tell a great story. Take a look at the Rockets. They couldn't hold their position this week, but remain in the top 10.
And when I look at the Clippers, they're putting to rest any big concerns people may have had with this team, proving they are truly an upper echelon club. You know, the offense is sputtering a bit here, starting to fall behind.
And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon.
You can see the kind of savvy Kawhi Leonard plays with. This guy makes the defense commit and gets himself to the foul line.
The free throw drops for Leonard. We hear this a lot, Doris. The great offense always beats great defense. You think that's true?
I do, Kevin. I think obviously a defender is usually in reactionary mode. It's the rare defender who is dictating to the offensive player what they want to happen. So imagine trying to impact LeBron James as he's playing in the open floor with a head of steam. Like, good luck with that.
Yeah. Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard.
And trailing here in the early going, too many careless fouls, and they're giving up a lot of trips to the line.
And Augustine kicks to Birch. Jackson against Ross. Good work defensively by Morris. Clippers leading by 12. Leonard on the wing from outside the arc. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Last outing for the Clippers, they won that game against Cleveland. And here's Augustine. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. They get it back, and Aminu kicks to Birch. That doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field. The Clippers have gone 7 of 9 from the field. A really nice start offensively for them. Bucket is good.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
The pass to Ross. Back to Augustine. Shot to stop the run. They grabbed their own miss.
And the way they have controlled the glass this game, really impressive.
And bottom line, more boards means more possessions. That's how you build a lead. Incredible wingspan, unbelievable hands. The alley-oop is easy.
The Magic trail by 19. Here's Augustine. Count it. And here are the Clippers now. Now here's Williams. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Outside, Green. Pass to Jackson. Back to Green. Takes the three. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. And the Clippers lead by 19.
Well, an all-star willing to do all kinds of dirty work on the offensive end. Kawhi mixing it up.
And it'll be Orlando with their first time out of the game right here. Hiring college basketball coaches has been kind of hit or miss, Doris. Why do you think that's so?
Well, obviously, coaching in college and coaching in the NBA are drastically different things. As a college coach, you've got to be concerned about the eligibility of your young men. You've got to be recruiting the next crop, even while you're coaching your current group and your current roster. In the NBA, you get to focus exclusively on coaching. You're not talking about recruiting. You're not having to deal with anything other than grown men who have a desire for greatness in the NBA. And I think so much of it doesn't necessarily mean success or failure, whether you come from college or not. Success in the NBA is a multifaceted proposition. So I don't necessarily define it as, oh, this guy came from college, this guy came from the European leagues, this guy has been an NBA assistant. So many things go into it, Kev.
Green, no luck.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Aminu misses.
Boy, he was wide open. You wonder, did he overthink it? That's a missed opportunity.
Williams in the post. He's guarded by Ross, and the shot is good.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
No doubt, Greg. On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
Here's Augustine, following the score by Lou Williams. Passes it to Ross. Back to Augustine. There's the triple. He doesn't hit that one. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Williams attacking, and it's blocked. And it's out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. .133 left in the first quarter. Shamet with it. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Over Aminu.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
And it's Shamet missing. Morris passes to Jackson. Hits it from three-point range.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
.109 left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Augustine. Got a piece of it. Now Bamba. Pass to Ross. 6 to shoot. The pass to Birch. Shot from 12. And he overshot that one, missing.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
And it's Shamet missing.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. Boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
Deep two from Ross. Offensive rebound. And the dunk by Bamba.
Boy, how about the ability of Mo Bamba to sprint the floor? Nicely done to get out in transition.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Williams kicks to Jackson. Here's Augustine. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Augustine's got his third basket of the night.
Yeah, great anticipation of where the open man was going to be, and Terrence Ross finds him immediately. That's really pretty.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014. He describes what inspired him to come back even stronger.
My inspiration really came from my mother. You know, her dealing with stroke, her dealing with really being down and out. You know, I saw her fight back. That was enough for me. In my darkest days, I knew it was nothing to what my mom went through, and she came out perfectly fine. So.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a comfortable margin here for the Clippers, guys.
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
Andrew Shamet is out there with Morris. And there's Jackson, and it's Williams at the point. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well. How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
And so it's Augustine who will bring it up for the Orlando Magic.
And as long as Reggie Jackson is healthy, he's going to give you some punch as a lead guard. Solid scoring option and a guy who's also unselfish in terms of getting his teammates involved. No question he got bumped on that shot.
The Magic shooting their first free throws of the night right here.
And their success rate on the season right around 77%.
The first one falls. And for the last half decade, Reggie Jackson has been good for about 15 points a game.
And that is about the consistency you can expect from Jackson. He's always been a talent. The key for him is just staying on the floor.
And both free throws good for Vucevic.
Well, Nikola Vucevic is a capable back-to-the-basket scorer, and he plays with tremendous confidence, guys.
In the corner, it's Morris. Outside, Green. Pass to Shamet. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Jackson misses.
Terrific closeout there to challenge the three.
It may be the hardest thing to do in basketball. Close under control, and he's more than up to the task.
Now here's Ross. 14 points from him the last game against the Lakers. Vucevic with the bucket.
Well, Vucevic has got a number of moves he can go to. He's so comfortable this close to the cup.
Augustine against Williams. Feeds it to Jackson. It's stolen by Vucevic. Here's Augustine. No good on the shot. Excellent D there from Williams. Clippers leading by 19. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Lou Williams won Sixth Man of the Year for the third time last season. He joined Kevin McHale and Detlef Schrempf as the only players to win the award in consecutive seasons. And with the most career points ever scored off the bench, maybe they should just name this award after him. Kevin?
David, I'm all for it. Thank you so much. And boy, is he in good company. Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Zubac is checked in for Green. Montrezl Harrell comes in for Marcus Morris. And George is subbed in for Williams. Doris, great scoring is often reliant upon great footwork. And we hear coaches, don't we, talk about that all the time?
We really do, Kev. You look at a guy like Kyrie Irving, who at the point guard position is one of the great scorers. He's a clutch shooter. He doesn't go to the free throw line a lot, and it's because he's so elusive. Can finish left and right, puts a lot of English on his shots. DeMar DeRozan gets separation with incredible footwork and maybe the best in the league right now in terms of his footwork. That tap dancing James Harden, which is just nearly impossible to check.
Oh, I love those names, and you're so right. And it's fun to watch. What a skill. Now, here is George. Markelle Fultz unable to get his last shot to go. Jackson finds George. Clock at 4. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper. The Magic have gone 1 of 6 from the field in the second quarter. It's been a rough period so far. Now here's Ross. He's covered by Shamet, and that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. And the Clippers making a change here. Beverly's checked in. Ross against Jackson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Three-pointer. Another miss by Orlando. Clippers leading by 22. And here's Beverly. It's George on the wing. And then jammed down as he goes right over Nikola Vucevic.
Oh, Kevin, that is Paul George, the incredible vertical and the unbelievable creativity.
Now here's Fultz. Passes to Ross. Down low. Here's Gordon. Great D that time from Harrell. LA's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Beverly with the ball. Pass to Harrell. Over Gordon. He's on target from 8 feet out.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Here's Fultz. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Well, Markelle Fultz continues to develop his floor awareness. Passes like that will create all kinds of chemistry.
Now here's Beverly. Outside for Jackson. From deep. Vucevic with the rebound.
Boy, he hasn't found the range yet here in the second period. Only one triple for him tonight.
Sinks the triple. Fultz has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Whenever Fultz is in a catch-and-shoot situation, you know he can't wait for that ball to find his hands.
Beverly finds Zubac. The pass to George. Back to Zubac. Over Ross. No good from Zubac. The Magic trail by 21. Pass to Ross. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And a career high in scoring, Doris, for Terrence Ross last season.
Boy, he thrived in the instant offense role off the bench. This guy unleashed into an aggressive, assertive, shot-hunting scorer. What a season he had.
Leonard, he's checked in for the Clippers. That free throw good from Ross. And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. It's an 18-point lead. Coming into this, having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
And guys, they walked into the arena with a certain kind of swagger, and we really saw it play out on the offensive end.
And what surprised me was how easy they made it look. It seemed like they got something out of every possession.
Here are the Magic now, after the Clippers pick up 2. Lob pass to Gordon, up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And looking a lot better now, but still a long way to go to get back into this one.
Yeah, but this run started with tighter execution at both ends, and that'll need to be maintained for them to have a chance to take the lead.
Here's George, following the score by Aaron Gordon. Here's Leonard. It's hauled in by Gordon.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
Los Angeles leading by 18. George passes to Harrell. Over Fultz. And it's Harrell missing. And the Magic with possession. They're on a 10-2 run here. Fultz looking around. Passes it to Vucevic. Orlando moving the ball around. Shot clock at 6. 14 feet away. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. George has got his 4th rebound in this one.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
The Magic trail by 18. Inside, Ross. And Ross with the slam.
My goodness, the vertical of Terrence Ross is special.
The Clippers have gone 6 of 13 so far from the field here in the second quarter. Now Beverly. And Leonard has it in the corner. The three-pointer no good. Orlando's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Here's Ross. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound. Leonard's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
I know he's got to be frustrated right now, but the team is fighting from behind. He's got to stay with it.
And it's good, 2 points. Zubac has got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
And to me, Greg, this is a common theme that's running through the league right now. Guys looking to leak out rather than box out.
Isaac misses.
Well, they are daring him to miss, and he obliges.
And George, here we go. And it's George finishing it off.
How about Paul George? Puts it on the deck, uses that explosive quickness. This guy is really hard to contain.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. And hard to believe that gruesome injury Paul George suffered, what was it now, 5 years ago. Wow.
It's incredible, Kevin, to think for a player to come back from what we expected to be a devastating injury. This is an incredible story for Paul George. He took the time he needed, and consider last year, for much of the season, he was very much involved in that MVP conversation.
And the Clippers making a change here. Morris is checked in. Hamid Bamba, he's checked in for the Magic. Fournier comes in for Ross.
Big miscommunication
on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Here's Fultz. After the basket by Los Angeles. To the paint. Knocks it loose. Everly with the ball. Now guarded by Vucevic. Here's Leonard. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. And here's Fultz. Outside Gordon. Off his leg. And the official saying it was kicked. Al-Farouq Aminu. He's checked in for Orlando. Augustine comes in for Fultz. And Vucevic kicks to Aminu. Good on the three-point shot. Aminu's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Well, you can see why his teammates love playing with him. Vucevic willing to find the open guy.
Stolen by Bamba. For 3, Fournier. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by George. George has got 4 assists in the game. Orlando's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. George against Fournier. Floats one up, and that's 2 points on the layup.
This guy is more than capable as a ball handler. Fournier, clever navigating his way around the defense.
Outside, George. Morris inside, guarded by Augustine, and he comes up with the deuce. 9 points for Marcus Morris.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Guys, nothing has really come easy for them today.
Yeah, definitely not their best basketball.
Here's Augustine. Good for another basket for him. Number 4 today. He's 4 of 8.
Well, he might just be 6 feet tall, but there is incredible strength packed in that body. You can tell he enjoys the contact.
To the inside, George. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's on Evan Fournier. The Clippers have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line. That's good from George.
And you look at this Magic roster, so much potential.
I think, Greg, they have done a great job of drafting to the style of play they want to play. Guys who want to get after it on the defensive end. Guys who can switch and slide on the perimeter. Guys who can protect the rim. That is the backbone of this organization.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Got that bucket in no time at all. Fournier's got 4 points in the quarter.
I'll tell you, he's having his way right now in the second period. Forget the first quarter. Let's get to work.
Shamet the pass to Green. On the wing, Williams. Covered by Bamba. It's good from long range. Shamet's got 6.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
There's 39 seconds left in the first half. Down low, here's Augustine. Green with the block.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
The offensive rebound. Here's Morris. Bamba with the block.
That is a combination of length and defensive instinct. Send it back, Mo Bamba.
Augustine passes to Bamba. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
They did a better job of getting it inside in that first. They've lost some of that physical edge here.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
Boy, guys, when you think about Mo Bamba setting the record at the NBA Draft Combine, a 7'10", eye-popping wingspan, and amongst his draft class, he had the longest standing reach. So we are talking about a big-time, long athlete here.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers riding high with a 23-point lead heading into the break. They've been playing some ferocious defense. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Clifford. What was the biggest problem for your guys in the first half?
Well, you know what? We're a defensive team first, and we've been good defensively. We've been organized. We weren't that in that first half, and that's what we got to concentrate to get the game going back our way.
See if you revert back to your form in the second half. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. The story early on was Kawhi Leonard, who was on fire. He had 16 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist. And taking a look at the Clippers, Kenny, what did you see out there?
There's been one thing that's made a difference in this game above all else: their control of the backboard. They put forth an amazing effort on the glass, and the rebounding numbers aren't even close, Ernie. That'll be something to keep an eye on in the second half. They will be very tough to contain if that continues.
Shaq, what'd you think about Orlando?
Their field goal percentage reminds me of Kenny's breath. Brutal. Not reading the defense, not getting enough quality looks. They need to make major changes because the system they ran in the first half was not working.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Just go over there.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
And the way he goes at defenders, he is bound to get to the line just like he did there in that first half.
I have to love his tenacity. This guy stays in attack mode, makes defenders work, tries to keep them off balance.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. So on the floor for Orlando, at the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Fultz is out there with Evan Fournier, and it's Isaac in at the 3 spot. Leonard attacking, and it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
Well, everybody in the NBA should have the floater as part of their arsenal. Leonard makes it look easy.
The Magic shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. Here's Fultz. The Clippers grab the miss. Zubac has got 9 rebounds now tonight. Beverly dishes to Leonard. To the middle, and stolen by Fournier. And he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
This guy has great agility at his position. Jonathan Isaac's so fluid when he's driving to the cup.
Now here's Beverly. Defense right on him. And the dunk by Zubac.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Fournier against George. Outside Fournier. Right wing. Volts kicks to Fournier. Shot clock at 5. Fires from 18. And he hits the jump shot. Fournier's got 8 points.
Part of your responsibility is to take good shots. Evan Fournier does so right there.
Down low. Leonard, the pass to Zubats. Back to Leonard. Shoots over Isaac. Again, the Clippers.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Now here's Fultz. Defended by Beverly. Pass to Vucevic. And the rejection by Zubats. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubats. So it's Orlando now. 6 on the shot clock. For 3, Fournier. It's not going to go for him. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Oh, Leonard in position. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Kawhi Leonard has averaged 25 plus across multiple seasons. We are talking about an elite scorer.
Now here's Fultz. D right on him. To the paint. Here's Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
And wow, you just have to love the motor on Montrezl Harrell when he's on the floor. Great on the glass, and he just plays with such a fire. A lot to like about the way they're playing right now, but still plenty of time left.
You do like that the offense is humming along. They're putting in the effort to distance themselves.
Here are the Magic now after the Clippers pick up 2. Another miss by Orlando. Here now the Clippers. They're on a 12-4 run. And with Harrell, you can see how his energy spreads to the rest of the team.
Reminds me a bit of what Fareed used to bring to teams. Harrell is also undersized, but boy, he makes up for it in so many ways.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Thus far in his young career, Jonathan Isaac's strength, I think, dwarfs his defense.
That has everything to do, Kevin, with his blend of length and mobility. This guy can be extremely disruptive on that end of the floor, and Jonathan Isaac will grow offensively as well.
And the first one drops. Doris, such an honor to be on this with you, and you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst, breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career in what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder than you.
Thanks, Kev.
Here's Fultz, following the score by Reggie Jackson. Stolen by Beverly. Here's Jackson. He can't hit that time. Nice D from Fournier. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Terrence Ross is checked in for the Magic. Here's Vucevic. He'll bring it up for Orlando. The pass to Fournier. Pass to Isaac. Ross in the corner. Passes to Isaac. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Gordon. Great D that time from Harrell. And here are the Clippers. They're on a 14-6 run. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. The Clippers have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line. That's good from Harrell. Both good from the line that time.
And the Magic, one of those franchises that's still looking for its first title.
And Greg, they've been to the NBA Finals twice, but boy, did they run up against 2 of the all-time great individual closers in history. 1995, Hakeem Olajuwon says no to the Magic. 2009, the Black Mamba, Kobe Bryant, says, no, sir, I'm getting another championship. 7'6", 260 pounds, Vucevic, a skilled basketball player. He is tough to guard.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight. Free throw drops for Vucevic. 7 feet, 260 pounds. Vucevic has a big, strong body with great footwork inside doors, but he doesn't shoot a lot of free throws.
He doesn't, Kevin, and he can struggle at times to finish through contact. If he were a better leaper, I think he'd get to the line more. This guy is just so smart and elusive with his footwork. So this is a big-time player now, make no mistake.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Now here's Jackson. He has 7. Leonard on the wing. He's covered by Isaac. Pass to Zubac. Beverly for 3. Ross grabs the board.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Outside Fournier. And there's the pass to Vucevic. To the inside. Here's Ross. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. Harrell, the pass to Jackson. He kicks it to Beverly. Shoots over Vucevic. Vucevic with the block.
Boy, when Vucevic is in that area, he's capable of sending it back.
Ross against Beverly. Isaac passes to Vucevic. Back to Isaac. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
How about the timing? Can be the difference between an assist and a turnover. Nice delivery.
Jackson with it. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. Here's Leonard. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
How about Kawhi Leonard? How many guys in the history of their career can say, I was an NBA Finals MVP at 22 and then an NBA Finals MVP at 27. Simply incredible.
And he makes the first. And Los Angeles with some changes. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Zubats. Morris comes in for Harrell. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Mohamed Bamba, he's checked in for Vucevic. Kem Birch comes in for Aaron Gordon. Al Farouk Aminu, he's checked in for Isaac. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Fournier. Leonard hits them both.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
And so it's Augustine who will bring it up for the Magic. Poked loose, stolen by Jackson. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Magic shooting at 36% on the night. They've got to step it up offensively. And Aminu kicks to Bamba. Augustine from outside trains the three-pointer. Augustine's got 11 points.
DJ Augustine has turned himself into a feared three-point threat. Beautiful.
Augustine against Williams. Outside Leonard. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Los Angeles Clippers. On Saturday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans. And then on Tuesday, they continue the road trip heading out to Dallas to take on the Mavericks. The free throw drops for Leonard. So he gets them both. Orlando's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Williams against Augustine. Here's Bamba. That shot, no good. Clippers have gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. Inside, here's Williams. The shot will not fall. And Orlando the other way now. Augustine with it. Leonard picks him up. Leonard with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And Williams with the basket on the assist from Leonard.
Boy, that open look set up by Kawhi Leonard, that's probably the most underrated aspect of his game.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Leonard.
The most positive thing about his last 10 games, the work on defense. His mindset has become very aggressive. The steals are up, and he's becoming a big factor on the defensive end.
Now here's Williams, and he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. Ross against Jackson. Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
And the Magic with possession. Here's Augustine. 11 points in the game. Now Ross, the three, bangs home the trifecta. Ross has got 8 points.
Yeah, Terrence Ross in his comfort zone from distance. This guy has always had the eye of a sharpshooter.
Williams dishes to Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And this is what we've come to expect from this guy, right? Not only making a ton of shots, but being efficient while doing so.
Orlando's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Stolen by Jackson. Takes a 3. Kawhi Leonard again from deep. Leonard's got 35.
Well, you love that they've been able to rely on him time and time again. You love the effort here late.
The Magic shooting a troubling 38% in the third. Not the finest work of this offense. Pass to Bamba. And good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine.
This is an important ability for Mo Bamba to have, right? Score on the move, put it on the deck, make sure you take advantage of all that length on the drive.
Now here's Jackson. 7 points in the game. Williams passes to Green. The kick out to Williams. Launches it. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Here are the Magic now, after Lou Williams was able to get the 3 to go. 5 to shoot. Deep 2 from Ross. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Green's got 6 rebounds now in the game. To the middle. Morris kicks to Jackson. Off target from outside. And here's Aminu. He brings it up for Orlando. Passes it to Augustine. Orlando moving the ball around. Morris with the rebound. LA has gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight. Just a little over 40%.
Well, they've won the battle of transition buckets, and those easy points have helped them build this lead.
Well, this is their pace. This is exactly how they want to play. A little fast, a little loose.
Here is Ross, following the score by Reggie Jackson. And here is Ross. He's got 8. No good that time. Great D that time from Green. Here's Morris. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got his 6th assist on the night.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Now here is Augustine. 11 points in the game. Over Green. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. LA's gone into the 3-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Augustine against Williams. Now here is Augustine. From deep 3-point range, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him.
There's a reason this guy has won multiple Defensive Player of the Year awards. How much pressure can he guard with? My goodness.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. The Clippers on top, opening up a huge gap. And we're coming right back after this break to get the 4th quarter underway. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or 2 when he needs to.
Well, having multiple playmakers on the floor makes you a much tougher team to defend.
And as we head into the 4th, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Green is out there with Morris. Then there's Landry Shamet. It's Kabengele in at the 5 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Now, here's Aminu. Here's a 1-2. From 13, Green with the rebound. LA has gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight, just a little over 40%. Morris passes to Kabengele. Shot from 6. And it's Orlando with the rebound.
Well, they get it to the high percentage area, and then it all goes wrong from there.
And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. A chance now to check out how the All-Star voting is shaping up.
And I tell you, the excitement's starting to ratchet up a little bit as the tallies start coming in.
Well, you look at Leonard. He has a huge vote total right now. Number 3, in fact, among Western Conference players.
And looking more and more like he'll be a starter. And that's really a tribute to the work he's put in this season. He's earned each and every one of those votes.
And keep tuning in for updated results. You can visit NBA.com for more. Now here's Ennis. Pass to Awandu. It's tipped. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Shamet the pass to Morris. Back to Shamet. It's hauled in by the Magic. Aminu's got 5 rebounds tonight. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Second chance shot, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Helps teams if they can keep the rights to their best player. We see it in other leagues. Could the franchise tag ever make its way, do you think, to the NBA?
Well, this is going to be a negotiation point between the Players Association and the league itself. And the reality is it's going to have to be negotiated. What we know unequivocally, Kevin, is that these players now in the player empowerment era have more control about what franchise they play for and how long the duration of their contract is. How this all shakes out remains to be seen, but it is a point of conversation amongst the 30 NBA teams and the league leadership. There's no question about it.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Joakim Noah's checked in for Green, and Georgia subbed in for Morris. And the Magic making a change here as well. Vucevic checked in for Al-Farouq Aminu. Now, here is George. Down low, here's Noah. It's blocked. Now here's Ennis. He's covered by Shamet. Stolen. Now the pass to Kabengele. Vucevic with the rebound. Vucevic has got his 4th rebound in this one. Carter Williams, the pass to Birch. No good that time.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Landry Shamet. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. A lot of people look at that general manager position with the team. I think it grows with some organization, maybe shrinks in importance with others. But by and large, it is more stable than coaching, isn't it? That position of being a GM.
Yeah, and I think, Kevin, if you were to ask coaches, one of the things I've heard sort of thrown out there as an idea is when you list the head coach's record, why not list the GM's record as well? Because the reality is success in the NBA is contingent on so many things. What's your ownership like? What kind of front office personnel? Have they made great decisions? Do you have the best possible coaching comparative to the talent on your roster? So much contributes to winning, Kevin. Well, this has not been his finest hour, but give your teammates some credit for doing the job of stepping in.
Carter Williams feeling it out a bit. Vucevic dishes to Ennis. Clock at 6. It's hauled in by Paul George. George has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Shamet on the wing. They could use a bucket. The Clippers again turning it over. Looking to get on the board here in the 4th still. Orlando's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. Carter Williams with it. Well, remember the time, Doris, when it was rare to see stars changing teams? Now we read about it every day.
No question, Kevin. Think back to my formative years watching the NBA as a fan. Larry Bird was a Boston Celtic. Magic Johnson was a Los Angeles Laker. The trend in today's NBA is that shorter player contracts, more player control over where they want to be. And the reality is this, Kevin, at some point, free agency entered the equation. It's appropriate, it's fair, they've earned the right to choose where they play.
Now here's Ennis, stolen by Noah. And George, here we go.
Kevin, the vertical of Paul George. How good is that?
Unbelievable. Now Carter Williams. Pass to Vucevic. Pass to Awandu. 4 on the shot clock. From the stripe. Kept alive. Birch the pass to Vucevic. Tries yet again. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Let's remember we're talking about a fundamentally sound player. Nikola Vucevic gifted at fooling defenders with that pump fake.
And he can't get the first one.
Well, they say the post-up big man is dead and gone in the NBA, but don't tell that to Nikola Vucevic. An offensive focal point, and he does some of his best work on that low block.
So he can't get either to fall. And you look at the footwork of Vucevic inside, his moves and counter moves. Terrific.
Shades of Kevin McHale. And that's something he's continued to develop in the pros. A response to defenders who often surpass him athletically.
Magic shooting at a 32% clip from the field. They're just not executing. Now here's Carter Williams. Defense is right there. Vucevic against Noah. And here's Vucevic. Back to Carter Williams. Puts up a 3. Here's Birch. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. First free throw is good. Doris, basketball continues to gain in popularity around the world, doesn't it? It's amazing to me.
It does. Adam Silver, the commissioner, has said, I believe we can be the #1 spot in the world. Obviously, they'd have to overcome the soccer, and that's popularity. But think about this, Kevin, how inclusive a game basketball is. And the love spans across gender, race, ethnicity, religious affiliation. And the best part about the game of basketball is this, Kevin. When you're growing up and trying to get better, you need a ball, you need a hoop, and you need you, and you don't need anything else.
That is so well said. And it's George finishing it off.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love, Greg, is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Now here's Carter Williams. Pass to Awandu. Magic moving the ball around. Now here's Ennis, defended by George. They get it again, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
This guy's so polished inside. Nikola Vucevic, great at being assertive and earning these fouls.
the first one falls. And both free throws good for Vucevic. You know, Doris, you and I love history. And we were talking the other day, you and I, about Bill Russell and his 11 championship rings. You think anyone's ever going to break that record?
I think it'll be close to impossible, Kevin, and the reason is, number one, there were so many fewer teams back then for Bill Russell, in no way diminishing the greatness of one of the game changers, both between the lines and outside the lines. Bill Russell will always be an historic figure. But it's very tough to compare eras. There's now 30 teams, nutrition, conditioning, coaching. There's just so much more information in the current era.
Here's George following the bucket by Orlando. There's the pass to Kabengele. Here's Magruder, got a hand on it, and he recovers it. They get a hand on it. Here's the break. Shoots the three. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Yeah, a lot of coaches might let you hear it for taking the three-pointer on the break, but I like the decision there. The D had already collapsed inside.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
He completely lost focus since the break, turning the ball over multiple times, and that's after no turnovers in the first half.
Now here's Carter Williams. We're seeing some great shooters with length, tall players shooting from outside. That seems to be the rage right now, but when you look in your crystal ball, Doris, what might be the next player trend in the NBA?
So we saw the evolution of big men as three-point shooters, men being able to enter the league as sort of back to the basket, consistent rebounding forces out of the post, now stepping away and becoming threats as face-up scorers. To me, one of the most intriguing young players in the league right now is Nikola Jokic. Here's a 7-foot guy who is a tremendous playmaker. His instinct is to pass more than it is to score. So you wonder, is that the next evolution of big men? And then the other thing, Kevin, you are starting to see offensive rebounding went away as a focal point of teams in the NBA. You are starting to see teams go back after the offensive glass. Does that continue?
Second chance is a big statistic, isn't it?
It is.
Orlando with the ball after the basket by Los Angeles. It's blocked. Here's Shamet to the paint. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Well, make no mistake, Paul George is a physical guy. He will not shy away from contact on these moves.
First one falls for him. Doris, in basketball, like many sports, you can call some kind of penalty on almost every play. So with that in mind, where do we draw that line?
I would say that most coaches and most players would say as long as there's consistency with officiating, they can adapt to the way the game is being called. As fans, as broadcasters, what we want to see the game remain free-flowing, fluid, pretty, the ability to move and cut and not be impeded in your progress. That's what I want to see.
And we see that most nights.
No doubt.
Here's George after the Magic pick up 2. Shamet up top, pulls it up. And the Clippers miss again.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
And it's Vucevic missing.
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
Here's Magruder. Offline with his three. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Pass to Birch. They get the rebound. Vucevic, no good with the layup.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
George with no one around. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. George has got 8 here in the quarter.
Well, we know that Paul George understands there's a certain point in the game when he's got to take over, and he's doing it now.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Fires the three, and there's the bucket from Magruder. Magruder's got his first 3 points of the game.
What a good time for the three-pointer. The fast break had the D scattered all over the place.
Carter Williams with it. Doris, we've both been very public in our admiration for LeBron, the face of the league, for so many years. When he retires, and we're approaching that date, who do you think might step up and take his place as the face of the NBA?
Well, probably the most likely candidate is the new and reigning MVP, and that's Giannis Antetokounmpo, who is an absolute physical force. He's put on 50 pounds. He's getting more and more skilled. When he adds that three-point shot as a consistent weapon and gets to an in-between game, he will be impossible to guard. Kawhi Leonard, you know, he is now sort of taking over as a multi-time winner of the Finals MVP. Guys want to play with. So just a couple of possibilities there, Kev.
That free throw, no good. Al-Farouq Aminu. He's checked in for Kem Birch.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Clippers.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so checking out their record tonight, that'll mark win number 32 overall.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Leonard.
What you love about his performance is that he is simply taking what the defense allows and then making the most of his opportunities.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
And to make that mistake at this time is tough to come back from.
These are the kinds of plays that can be game changers, that can make you hang your head.
Now, here's Shamet. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Magruder kicks to George. Connects from three-point range.
Convincing lead with very little time remaining, and the fans are pumped.
Well, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt, GA. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
Here's Magruder. Over Carter Williams. Can't connect. So the Clippers winning this one easily. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where is your team's attitude right now?
Continue to, play together, and we can just stick to that, keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.